Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and welcome to another Patreon Appreciation Live show. And this one's for July. All of my members who supported me in July and let me do the videos I did, thank you all very much. All right, and let's catch up on chat, see who's here. If I can remember how to do this. Weezen, thank you for being here and being early. I appreciate it. Kristen Reed, thank you for the kind words, and always glad to help. And I did email y'all back. So thank you very much for reaching out, though. Steven Single-Handed Jewelry and more. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And thank you for joining the show as well, Michael and Kristen. Knights 880, Stephen LeBlanc, John Gear, Mentally Corrupted. What's wrong? I put reminders. I pinned it. I did everything I can. I will say, this month I had more people guess than usual. So I think this month we had more people guessing that were members than usual. So would have been even higher if Mentally Corrupted would have remembered to guess. Mark Sheldon, how's it going? Brad Thompson, Jason G, Chasing Cheddar, Jeff Boge. I sent you back and I already had your address, Jeff. So your package is out. It should be getting delivered tomorrow or something pretty soon. But if I remember, I'll send tracking tonight. Albert, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Ortiz, thank you for being here and being a mod. I appreciate it. Laundry. Oh, man. Tell me about it. Everyone's been waiting. I will say last month it wasn't number 11. So, I think now that you have figured out the system might change. So. Richard Dow, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Shane Prothero, Matt Philly, thank you for being here. Nightbot, appreciate it. Thank you for being here. All right, let me pin. I'm just going to pin the hidden comment tonight. So no Paydirt today. We are back to the lame envelopes. There's no more Paydirt, so we're just back to the mystery envelopes for the hidden video tonight. So, but we are going to pick 2 tonight. So, and again, some of the envelopes have gold-plated dimes. Some have some Miller Prospecting gold. But we're going to pick 2 of them tonight just to make up for the fact that there's no Paydirt. So, all right, let me pin this. There we go. So, yeah, today we're going to be giving back to all the Patreon members who support this channel. And I appreciate every one of y'all. Alan Curie, thank you very much for being here. Oh, that's awesome, Alan. Jeff O'Reilly, thank you for being here. All right, let me pop out this chat so I can do this properly. There we go. Move chat. There we go. There we go. So yeah, as always, I want to thank my Patreon members. Without y'all, I couldn't obviously be doing this channel anymore. Paydirt, especially nowadays, is getting more and more expensive. Gold doesn't look like it's going to be dropping anytime soon. The dollar's dropping. Every country is in a free-for-all against each other. So everyone kind of knows, if every country's economy is kind of set in stone and, not trusting each other, gold's king. So I don't see it going. I mean, it's not really shooting to the skies, which is great, but, it's staying pretty steady in the over 100 category, we'll say. So, and thank you, Shane. Yeah, make sure everyone hits that like button so YouTube can recommend me to. But yeah, we've been doing some good reviews. I've got some really good ones planned for the rest of this year. So, working at work, nothing wrong with that. Thomas, hi, thank you for joining the show. As you can see, my shelves of wonder. I still have some Paydirts to do. I just had a secret shopper. Look at some more stuff. I've been planning some more stuff for the end of the year. So I've got some more videos coming out this month, obviously. And then later in the year, we do have some big battles coming up as well. So how's it going, SRIP63? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully everyone's doing well and finding some good gold. If you're a Patreon member, hopefully everyone is checking out the daily ROIs I put up every single day, trying to find everyone. Now, I'm always, even though the list pretty much stays the exact same, I keep trying to find, I'm always hunting. Even the list you see, I think what it, got something like 60 Paydirts on it. There's actually about another 100 below that you can't see that just do not meet my quota or my minimums. But I update them all the time as well, because you never know when one of them might have a sale or forget to do some pricing or something like that, so I can, find some good deals. If you didn't see today's, we had a really good $25 bag with an 87% ROI, and that's if you found exactly the minimum, which you probably will. Those little $25 bags, they don't really have any extra gold to throw in them. So, but yeah. So make sure if you're a Patreon member, you keep checking on those daily ROIs. You never know when something new will be added, and I make sure I post it in the little thing. I don't make you search and scroll through all the ROIs, but it's you got to get as much gold as you can these days and get a good ROI as you can, because gold is going up. This hobby is getting a little bit more expensive every single year. So, and no, you did not win, Jason. How's it going? You were close though, man. You were like this close, man. You couldn't even fit a cobble in there. It was so close, but you were close, man. So, but no, you did not win, brother. You didn't even guess, though. That was the problem. I think you forgot to guess as well. Cajun Bullion, how's it going? Imagination to Form, how's it going? Oh, well, I appreciate that. Oh, Lord, I'm knocking everything over. I appreciate everyone, even if you're not a Patreon member. The people that watch my videos, come to these live shows. YouTube does pay me. They don't pay me very well. They pay me like, I'm an 18th century serf working outside the castle digging potatoes. But they do pay me a little bit. So every little bit, those pennies add up, So I appreciate everyone who just supports the channel, whichever way it might be. Even just hitting the thumbs up, watching the videos, coming hanging out in these live shows. I appreciate it. So I understand not everyone can afford to be Patreon members. I do know this month we are kind of down on Patreon. So this month's prizes probably won't be as good for later in the week, which will be Saturday, by the way. We'll have the new gold guessing contest on Saturday. Things are going to be a little bit different for this month. Well, not for this show. For this show, everything's going to stay the same. You get first place, second place, things like that. Bags of Paydirt, things like that. But for August, if you're a Patreon member, in August, the wheel is returning. I have decided I am returning the wheel. There's still going to be gold guessing, but now the way it will work is everyone will have a first place for the gold guessing. But then if there's a second place, third place, and there will be an overall prize, we will have a wheel. So you can be a $5 member, not get the guess, miss a guess, and still you will be entered into the wheel. Everyone will be entered in the wheel. I've got, I think, 50 different prizes that go all the way from a silver dime all the way up to bags of Paydirt. I think the current biggest prize in there is a bag of Paydirt with almost a gram of gold in it. So you can still win prizes. There's a whole bunch of things. I have some specimen gold in there. I have some quartz nuggets in there with some gold in it. Ton of prizes I've been saving up, and I couldn't think of what to do with them. They've just been sitting in a treasure chest, and I decided I'm just going to start wheeling it all off. So every single month, I'll try to add a little bit more into the treasure chest. So now, if you do forget to guess, that's the thing, is if you forget to guess in these months, you can still win something again. I didn't like the fact that you're forced to have to guess. And if you forget to guess, like Mentally Corrupted did, there's no chance for you to win. Starting in August, if you're a Patreon member, you will get a chance. It will be in a wheel, and the prize might be random. You might just get a buffalo nickel. Who knows? You might not get a copper round. But then you also might get a 1 gram bag of Paydirt just for being a Patreon member again. So I am checking that out. So thank you. And thank you very much, Weezin, for that. Tomcat Josh, how's it going? Break the deal, spin the wheel. Alaskan Assassin, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. So yeah, so starting in August, the wheel will be back. It doesn't violate their rules because it's going to be everybody. So everyone will be entered. We're still going to have the gold guessing for set prizes. This way I can, guarantee if you're in the $79 tier or $25 tier that you will be guaranteed, if you win, to get a really big bag of Paydirt. But if you're just, a $5 tier member, you still have a chance of getting a good prize, even if you don't guess. So changing things up a little bit. What's up, Vendetta, my man? I was going to text you yesterday, then I kind of forgot. And everything, then my old brain kind of went, and I forgot all about it. Hopefully you've been doing good, brother. Because I was taking pictures of my shelf for all my Paydirts, and I saw my my some and none. I don't have the none anymore. I still have the some bag. And I was like, oh man, I need to text my brother. But then I totally forgot once I got upstairs where my phone was. So, So, but yeah, but for today, we're just going to be doing the system we've been doing for a few months, where if you did guess, unlike Mentally Corrupted, who I'm going to keep reminding you need to guess, if unlike him, or, if you forgot to guess, you have no shot this month. But I do have some good Paydyrts. This is a month that you really should have guessed, because all these Tuesday tailings are all gutter gold. This is all the gutter gold from my gutter gold videos I did. And there's a whole bunch of it. I think, what is it? First place, if you're in the $25 or $79 tier this month, it was right around 3 grams of gutter gold. Now, I will say with this gutter gold, some of it might be quartz with gold in it. So it's not going to just be straight gold. It might be a little specimen piece of, but again, the whole object of this gutter gold, or the whole intrigue about the gutter gold, is you don't know what piece of gold this came from. This could have been from some $25,000 piece Mike was working on. Mike from Gold Nugget Sales, not from Vendetta. And, he could have been etching a $25,000 quartz piece of gold, and a little piece dropped off, and now it's in one of these bags of Paydirt. It's one of the reasons why I love the gutter gold so much. Which, by the way, if you don't know where to get the gutter gold from, Mike over at Gold Nugget Sales on Whatnot, Gold Sal. So, but first place is a 3 grams. If you're a $25, $79 tier, is almost 3 grams. I don't know if it was 3 grams. I think it was almost 3. Yeah, it's almost 3 grams. Second place is a half a gram. If you're in the $10 tier, we have a 1 gram bag. It's a little bit over 1 gram, I wrote down. Second place is a copper round. $5 tier is a half a gram of gutter gold Paydirt. And then second place is a copper round. And then if you're a free member, because you can be a free member on Patreon. That's the one good thing. You can join my Patreon when you're free. And then if you ever say, hey, look, I don't need to buy that Starbucks coffee anymore. Maybe I'll support Miller Prospecting. You can go up and level up into a different tier. But if you're a free member and you guess, you still get a chance to win. It is this month. It is a Miller Prospecting card, but it does have a little piece of gutter gold. I did save one little piece of gutter gold, put it in a card. It's not this one exactly, because I kind of already put it in it packaging to mail out. So, and then if you don't even want to join Patreon, like you don't even want to be a free member, make sure at the top of the pinned comment, there is a hidden video where you can win a mystery envelope. And one of those mystery envelopes for tonight has either a gold-plated dime or some Miller Prospecting gold. So you can win. All you have to do is support this channel, and either by supporting it by Patreon or just coming here during the live shows, watching the live shows, things like that. So that's all we got to do. So, and thank you very much, Weez. And RegLab, how's it going? RegLab, by the way, I keep meaning to send you a message, and I keep forgetting, Reg. But next Tuesday, we're going to be going through the RegLab maple bottle Paydirt. So I got this off of Facebook last year. I think it was last year. So we've had this on the shelf for a little bit, but we're going to be going through that next Tuesday, Reg. So make sure you're here next Tuesday so we can go through it. So I am Zaxxon. How's it going? Thank you for joining the show. And anyone, if I miss you in chat, I apologize, but thank you very much for joining the show. This is going to be a shorter show today. This is my week with my son. We've changed up our schedule yet again with me and my ex for custody. So now I'm doing a week on, week off, week on, week off. So some Tuesdays I'm going to have my son, and those Tuesdays are probably going to be shorter shows, especially now that he's in school, because he has to go to bed early, which means dinner has to be early. So those weeks we'll be doing shorter shows, but the weeks that he's not here, we'll be doing longer shows, because I'm trying to schedule it so we'll have bigger 3-4 pound bags of Paydirt on the Tuesdays he's not here, and then smaller bags when he's here. So luckily, a lot of the Tuesdays over the next year are on shows like today, where it's just me and my ugly mug, and nobody wants to look at me for a long time. So Modern Day Prospector, how's it going? Thanks for joining the show. Needs to do Brad's Buckets Witch's Brew live. Here, let me write that down. I hadn't even thought of that. I've been looking the other day. I do have a video that might actually fit into. So here, I will write a note of that. Because I was thinking the other day, I was writing up a Paydirt video, and I was like, I need some Paydirts. And I was looking around, and I didn't even think of Brad. And I apologize for that, Brad. Even though I look at your site every day, just because of my formula that I'm using, I don't consider the Witch's Brew, because it's already a 1 gram. So, but here, I'm going to write that down because that's a really good idea. And I will say, and I do have coming up, this is August, but next month I have a really good battle coming out. I'm hoping it's a really good battle for my birthday. My birthday will be on a Saturday. So I'm actually going to shoot the entire video, edit the video, everything on Saturday. My birthday just so happens to fall on a Saturday, and that I wanted to pan out a bag of Paydirt for my birthday. So I'm actually going to wake up early and do a Paydirt battle for my birthday. Pan out all the stuff, video it. Now, unfortunately for my birthday, I will be doing some editing, which isn't my favorite thing to do. But I've got it down to a science where I can be pretty quick about it. So that's going to be in September. So not this month, but next month. So it should be fun. I don't know anyone that would be able to rip through that bag in any amount. All right, so I definitely have it on my list now. So it will be coming, and I think it'll be coming this year. So usually, like right now, as of now, the way I do my Paydirt reviews, if anyone doesn't know, I pre-plan it. That's awesome. I know you've been busy, brother. I know you've been busy, but I appreciate it. And I really appreciate you selling me that bottle, and I can't wait to go through it. I've been trying to schedule it, and I keep having to move it and do stuff, like I said, with my son and not having my son. But next week I won't have my son, so I can spend some good time on it. So, but back to how I do reviews. When I do reviews, I have to have secret shoppers. Everyone knows I use secret shoppers, and thank you all very much who have been secret shoppers, will be secret shoppers in the future, have been secret shoppers in my past. I really do appreciate y'all so much. I really couldn't do this without my Patreon members and my secret shoppers. But because I do use secret shoppers, I usually have to buy my Paydirts 2 months, sometimes even 3 months in advance, just to make sure I have it, it's on my shelf, and I can review it. And so I book myself out so I know in advance what I'm going to be doing. Like I already know what videos I'm shooting in December, so I can know in October to have my secret shoppers order it. Just in case there's a problem, it will get to me before November. Then I can start shooting stuff. So, but that Brad's one, I will definitely try and fit that one in before. I think I know where I can slip it in there as long as he keeps selling it. So thank you, Cajun. Yeah, I really do enjoy the battles too. It's just harder to come up with good ones because I don't want to just do, here's a 1 gram versus 1 gram. It's got to be ones that I think are really compete against each other. So, Gregory Littleton, thank you for joining the show. Wesley, what's up, brother? Thank you for joining the show. Did you get the new printers in? Way more organized. Yeah, I'm Jackson, brother. Oh, my favorite troll. I'm Jackson. You're just too much, brother. I love you, brother. So, but yeah, it should be. I do enjoy the battles. Like I said, it does make it harder. I really enjoyed this last battle. If you didn't see this last battle, originally it was just going to be a review for my favorite eBay seller, Micro 15, MCD Prospecting, who is in chat, by the way. He's usually in chat here. He's every once in a while you'll see a good seller on eBay that will just pop in and they're just trying to get rid of their gold and they sell some Paydirt and then they're gone. They don't come back. But MCD Prospecting has been around for years and years. He's my favorite. He gives you a really good ROI considering he is on eBay. And like I said, when I saw him, I didn't even think to do a battle because there's usually no one that's really even close to him. There is one in Northern Nevada Gold that sells occasionally on eBay. And even his isn't as good. So I was like, okay, it's just going to be this. And then I saw the Anderson Coin Shop and I was like, okay, this is a great battle. 2 really good sellers, both on eBay. And it turned out to be a really good battle. So I was really happy. AAA Rockhound, how's it going? Thanks for doing the show. Appreciate it. Oh, Ultra 2. I have to go read it again. I know when The Witch's Brew first came out, I read the description of it, and I kind of just was like, I think I had just done a video on something hard. So I was like, okay, future, put it in my brain. But unfortunately, it did fall right out the other side of my head with the brain. But I'm going to have to go read the description again and check it out. But I know where I could put it in a battle this year. So I definitely know where I can put it in a battle as long as you keep selling it, and you said you have, so that should be good. You should probably do, is it a full gram? You should probably do like the Witch's Brew, like if you do a version 2 or something, do a half gram. Because I know most of the sellers that are doing really hard pay dirts have switched to half grams just so it's less expensive. One of the reasons being, and I talked to Mike at GNS about this and another seller about this, is one of the reasons that they switched to half grams is because it's a lot of money. When it used to be, when gold was $60 a gram, you know, even back then that was a lot of money. If because you challenge yourself. That's the thing. Most of the people who buy really hard pay dirts are like, oh, I've never done a super hard pay dirt, I'm gonna try it. But then if you only get half your money back, like if you only, you know, the ROIs aren't 100% ROIs. So if the ROI is supposed to be a 90% ROI, and then you only get half the gold, now you got 45% ROI. $120 bag of pay dirt. That means you just threw $60 away to challenge yourself, you know, and then they get frustrated and they do it. So I know a lot of sellers switch to half grams just for that. So that way, if you don't find all the gold, you're like, okay, I didn't find $20 worth of gold. I didn't find, you know, that's a ticket, a movie ticket and popcorn. So think about doing a half grammer. Joey Brown, how's it going? Thanks for joining the show. Appreciate it. Vendetta. So, but yeah, so that's the thing. So like I said, we got some new videos coming out, some really good ones. I should have a whole bunch this month. This Saturday, of course, I will be having the gold guessing contest. I also will be having the finale to my yard pit, which is still a pit, by the way. I still have not done anything with it. I need to get some more big bags of Paydirt, I guess, to start dumping in there. So if anyone just wants to send me little like 1 ounce bags of Paydirt, there you go. Oh, and I do have a question for anyone in chat. I don't know how many people are in chat right now. Here, let me see. It doesn't matter, tell me. But is anyone, because I don't know, maybe Wrench is here. I did ask Wrench about it, but he doesn't have any stickers. He's out of stickers right now. If anyone has a Wrench's sticker that is not stuck to something, that is still on the backing and wants to send it to me and trade it to me for a Miller Prospecting sticker or, you know, something like that, I will trade you. I need a Wrench's sticker because I have a bag of his Paydirt I've been trying to put on my shelf forever, but unfortunately the bag tore and the sticker's on it. So I need a new sticker. I bought a very special container to put the Wrench's Paydirt in because I absolutely love Wrench. John is a great guy, great person in the community. And I want to put his Paydirt on my shelf and I can't unless I get a sticker. So I'm actually going to put it on the shelf and I'm just waiting on a sticker. So if anyone has a Wrench's sticker, you know, maybe they got one from an extra one sitting around somewhere and they want to send it to me, just email me. I will put my email on the screen. What's up, HD? How's it going, brother? So yeah, just email me at dylan@millerprospecting.com and I will trade you something for it, a sticker, whatever you want. I will pay for you to ship it to me, you know. So we want one of those. So I need to get one of those so I can put his Paydirt on my shelf and, you know, show off his brand. So Annie Stevens, how's it going? You're just killing it with the bear. I was promoting you today. By the way, bear prospecting was just added to my top 10. They are the new number 3 on my list. So bear prospecting is number 3 on the list. They used to be on the list and they were kind of taken off because they had run out of Paydirt. But now they're back in stock. They've been keeping some Paydirt in stock, so they're back on my list, my top 10. Zoltan 303, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. So yeah, I'm going to give it like another couple minutes. Make sure, again, you go to the top of the pinned comment. Today is going to be a shorter show. I'm going to end it probably at 8 o'clock, so, or 7 o'clock my time. I should say 7 o'clock. So yeah, so we got about 36 more minutes of this show. Make sure you go to the pinned comment above. We're doing some mystery envelopes. We have, I think, 8 of them still have 8 of them. We're going to be giving away 2 of those. They either have some Miller Prospecting Gold or a Miller Prospecting Dime in them. So, oh, you have one, Alan? Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that. So yeah, you know, I always do things like, so, you know, last couple of weeks I've been giving away, last couple of Patreon shows I've been giving away sticker packs and stuff like that. And I know I had one, and I sent it out. And then like the next week I bought some Paydirt from him and the bag bust in transit, of course. So I was just like, No, but all right, let's show off. So the gold guessing contest, for this month was for July, obviously. For in July was 2 nuggets, the yin and the yang. Now, both of these nuggets I did get out of the gutter gold. So these were gutter gold nuggets that were in there. One of them is really, really ugly. The other one is really, really pretty. From the pictures, the other one was kind of ugly, and I am going to be doing a video about it in the future, trying to clean it up and make it look pretty, but before the main event. All right, so we're going to show, let's post up the nugget video. We're going to be showing the weighing so you can see if you remember what your guess was. But here, let's post up the video so you can see. But here we go. Here's the gold weighing. And I will try to pause it once we get to the thing. So the ugly one weighed a little bit over a gram. The smaller one, bit over, but there you go. 1.93. That was the total weight. So if you remember your guess, 1.93. That was the total. Everyone can go. If you're trying to remember what you guessed, then you probably didn't guess right. So I will say, I did notice we had some really, really high guesses this month. And it's funny, when I'm going through my list, it seems like it'll start out low, and then as people guess, they see the person above them. So if somebody guesses 2, the next person will say, well, I'm going to guess 2.5. And then the person below them says, well, I'm going to guess 2.7. And the next person below them, 2.9, then 3. So it tends to scale up. So if you were a late guesser, the odds are you probably weren't very close, because it tended to, as the list got longer and longer, people started guessing higher and higher amounts. So, yeah. 100% sure I'm way off. I think you were way off too. 42 grams. HD, I don't know if you guessed either, but here we're going to start with the $25 members. So this is for the $25 and $79 tier. So if you were a $25 tier, you got a guess. If you're the $79 tier, not only did you get a guess, but you get a bag of Paydirt guaranteed. And it was gutter gold Paydirt this month. So I did send everyone some gutter gold. It is in the mail. I shipped everything out Sunday night, so everything is in the mail. If you're a $79 tier member, your Paydirt is already on to you. I didn't send tracking numbers because I suck at customer service. That's why I don't sell Paydirt. But I will be sending tracking numbers tomorrow for everyone. If you're a $79 tier, I will send the tracking number tomorrow. You'll probably get it in the mail tomorrow. But then anyone who wins tonight in the gold guessing, I'll be sending tracking numbers as well for tomorrow. So I'm always way off on guessing. So I can't guess these either. I try to guess stuff and I'm miles and miles away. I will say I did get some members that were really, really close. So, but here, let's flash up. Let's do the $25 tier. Which one are we doing? Yeah, we're going to start with the $25 and $79 tier members. So here we go. This is everyone's guess. Let me do my sheet so I can read it. So we had Justin Preet at exactly 1 gram, Whiskey Lover at 1.63, Austin Albert 2.68, Raptor Rise 2.78, Josh Ortiz 3.12, Jacob E 2.83, James Culver 1.76, Alan Curie, Alan Curie 3.15, HD Chevrolet 2.2, Mark Sheldon 2.53, Joel Jeffrey 2.39, David Desautel 2.63, Scott LeMay 2.71, James Staudy 2.47, Casey Sring 2.51, Mike Reed 3.49, Cockatoo Birdman Bill 4.98, Keithan Wynn 3.78, Bradley Lacey 3.1, Teo 3.25, Justin Framstead 3.01, PA Patriot 2.14, Wiesengeezer 2.7, and Rebel Dog at 3.22. So those are all the guesses. Life of a Gold Prospector, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. TM, thank you for joining the show. So those were all the guesses. And the winner was James Culver with a 1.76. And then in second place, so James Culver won the 3 gram bag of Paydirt. Awesome, James. I know he's been feeling a little bit under the weather, so thank you very much for being a Patreon member. And you have won first place. Second place is going to PA Patriot, which is getting a half gram, who isn't here. I don't know, like neither one of them are here. I don't know why they win it, but PA Patriot is getting the half gram bag of Paydirt. And then in third place with a copper round that was donated by Whiskey Lover is, who was third place? HD Shovelette. So HD, you've won something. It's been a while since you won. I know it's not the Paydirt you wanted to win, but you got to, tighten up on those guesses, brother. You were close, though. So, yeah, but James Culver, first place. PA Patriot, second place. And third place is HD Shovelette. So, yeah, it was 3 grams of gutter gold. I will say probably a gram of that was just one big nugget that was, almost all quartz. It had a little bit of speck of gold on it. But it is all the gutter gold, so you will see some quartz in some of this gold. That's why I could do it a little bit heavier this month than usual, just because it was gutter gold and a lot of it had quartz in it. So, but there we go. Those were the winners for the $25 and $79 tier. And now we're going to do the, what are we going to do? We're going to do the $10 tier next. Let me open up that one. Now the $10 tier, we didn't have many guesses, but we had some really close ones. But here we go. Let me see. Let me make sure it's up on the screen. Now, again, this was the total amount of gold was 1.93 grams. For $10, we had Richard Dow at 2.31, Wesley at 2.69, Alejandro Urias 2.42, David Edgar 5.21. David Edgar just came in over everybody. I mean, every single tier, David Edgar was like, those are mammoth nuggets. I need to sell you some gold, brother. Package total 3.6, Stephen LeBlanc 4.68, Sean McClellan 3.33, Reg Lab 2.12, Knights 880 3.03, Quentin Shaner 3.54, Randy Klatt 2.76, Jason G 2.35, and Brad Thompson 2.08. So the winner, first place, which is a 1 gram bag of gutter gold, goes to Brad Thompson. So Brad Thompson, congratulations. You're getting first place. Second place is a copper round, and that is going to Reg Lab. So Reg Lab, I'll be sending this to you. And congratulations to both of you. And Richard Dow, you were just this close. You were in third place, but we didn't have a third place tier. But you were that close. Some of y'all were just way, way off that you should rethink things. So... But congratulations to Brad. Thank you all for being Patreon members and for guessing. I really do appreciate everyone who guesses. I like people guessing because, like I said, I want people to be able to win stuff. It's why I do these giveaways. I want everyone to have a chance. So, and then now we're going to do the $5 tier. Where are we at? We have to find these spreadsheets. All right, so here we go, $5 tier. And before we go through it, let me just double check, make sure anyone in chat doesn't say anything. Package total, how's it going? Thanks for joining the show, appreciate it. I know, Brad, see, you've been bidding on all these gutter gold bags on whatnot. You didn't need to, you won one. See, you won one. It was cost you a lot less, too. Yeah. Canada shipment. I know I'm always sending stuff to Canada, so definitely rigged. You know it, brother. It ain't rigged, it ain't right. No. Oh, that's awesome, brother. Just send me a message on Patreon if you remember, so I remember. So, but all right, let's go. So now we're gonna do the $5 tier. Let's go through that. $5 tier, again, 1.93 was the total weight in grams. We had Richard Zeich at 1.15, Henry Von Muge, the fifth, 1.03, Chris W, 2.69, Amanda Culver, 1.86, David Danderan, 2.8, Alaskan Assassin, 2.37, Blake Tolson, 3.11, Tom Cuneo, 3.27, Out of Print Games and Hobby, 2.43. Matt Philly, 2.14. Jeff Boge, 2.49. Charles King, 3.33. Jeffrey Button 2.89, Refotris 1.45, John Ehrman 2.55, Kyle Gibson, what do you have? 3.45, Vendetta Prospecting 2.27, Clarence Bierman 1.83, and the last guess, Eric H at 1.98, swooping in at the very end at the last minute for first place. So Eric H has first place. He's got the half-gram bag of Gutter Gold Paydirt. There we go. In second place is Amanda Culver. So I get to save on shipping. So Amanda Culver swoops in second place. I guess they collabed a little bit on their guesses. They were like, we're going to cover this from this end to that end. So, but Amanda Culver, you're getting the copper round. Eric H., you are getting the half-gram bag of Gutter Gold Paydirt. Thank you very much for everyone who guessed. I really do appreciate it. And then lastly, we're going to do free members, because again, you can be a free member and win some prizes. This month it is a little bit of Gutter Gold in there. Can't really see it too much, but there's some Gutter, well, this one's not the Gutter Gold because I already have it in an envelope, you know. But you know what I mean. There's some Gutter Gold in one of these Miller Prospecting envelopes, and that's going to be for the free members, what we're going to do in a second. Let me just change the sheet out, and then we're going to go check out, hang out, and chat for a second before we do the free list. So there we go. Uh-oh. I was definitely trying to remember the weight it was on whatnot. Yeah, I haven't seen anything on the postal strike. Yeah, shipping from Canada is just horrible right now. My daughter ordered something from Canada and it got seized twice. It got seized once and they said backwards tracking, and then they seized it again. So, but yeah, it's just craziness, you know. But like I said, so thank you. Before we do the free members, and you know, I want to go through this. Everyone who is a paid Patreon member, thank you very much for guessing. Again, next month, or you know, for this month, if you're a Patreon member, I already know people are joined up for Patreon, but you can still join if you're not. We will be bringing back the wheel, so there will be first places for every single tier. So if you're a $25 or $79 tier, you can still win a big bag of Paydirt, or if you're a $79 tier, you get a guaranteed bag of Paydirt. But then for second places or third places, it will be a wheel. So there will be much more chances that you'll win a bigger prize or a smaller prize. You still could be a copper round, but now you'll have a chance of getting something, a bigger prize. And then we're also going to be doing, I'm 99% sure, I do have to double check with some of the rules. We're going to be doing a wheel for everyone. So if you just are a Patreon member, you will get an entry into a giant wheel for a chance at a prize. So now if you forget to guess, you still have a slight chance, because I think I have about 75 Patreon members. You will still get a chance. It will be a small chance, but you'll still have a chance to win something. So I'm out over $500 because of customs. Yeah. Yeah, like right now, it's not even really worth shipping overseas. It's really not. You know, especially like Paydirt or something like that can easily be seized, and you know, they're looking for anything, any single reason that they can seize stuff, you know, because they're trying, you know, they're trying to prove, especially here, you know, they're trying to prove that it's worth, you know, that they need to spend whatever it is, $1 trillion, or $70 trillion on ICE. And they're trying to, you know, make sure, you know, that these tariffs as well, they're trying to say that, you know, all these drugs are coming in from Canada, that they have to find drugs. That's the problem, is they can't find the drugs. So they're just seizing everything to try and find it. So, and thank you very much for dropping the link, Weezin. Yeah, if you want to go to support me on Patreon, make sure you click that link the Weezin did. Patreon.com. It's patreon.com/Miller Prospecting. You can go to my website as well. Yeah, and PA, you did win, PA. Yeah, you don't have to give it to you. You already won, brother. You did win, brother. Not only did you win by being a $79 tier member, you're already guaranteed a bag of Paydirt, but you did win as well tonight. So, yes, you won. You won second place, so you are getting a half gram. So you're getting a little bit over a half gram bag of Gutter Gold Paydirt for being a $79 Patreon member, and then you won because you were really, really close with your guess, and you're getting a half gram bag of Gutter Gold as well for that. So you loading up on that Gutter Gold this month, brother. But yes, you definitely won. Your guess was a little better this month than it was the last couple of months. Tighten it up. See, this is what happens when you focus and you pay attention and get some good guesses in. So. Yes, you did. You did really good, guess. Yeah, it really is, Reg. It's, like I said, they're trying to, you can't say that you're causing, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm not to talk about that. But if you say, hey, we need to do tariffs because you're sending in all these drugs, you're doing all these things we don't like, so now we're going to do tariffs and we're going to do these things. You got to find the drugs. Because unfortunately, it did come out right after all that was hoopla was said that more drugs are actually busted going into Canada than coming from Canada. But they need to prove it. So now they're just seizing everything to try and find stuff and make sure that then they can come back later in a year from now and say, oh, by the way, look at all this stuff we seized, because, they didn't want to do this. So, well, you won one bag, but then you get a bag for being a $79 tier member. So you're getting two bags. One of them you paid for. One of them you bought by being a $79 tier member on Patreon. So, it has nothing to do with politics. It just has to do with the border police, which, by the way, is one of my favorite YouTube channels is watching Border Police. I love the border shows where they show all the stuff they seize from the border. So, but yeah, it's just, borders right now are, I wouldn't want to be climbing over the border or shipping across the border right now, especially into the U.S. Into the U.S. is not the right time to be shipping in packages into the United States. So, because I was looking the other day and I saw a Paydirt from Canada and I was like, oh, that's a good deal. And I wanted to get it, but I was like, nope, it's going to get seized. It'll get lost. and it was a seller that did not offer any type of insurance. They said if it gets lost in the mail, part of their terms of service is that you lose it. So I was like, well, I'm not taking that chance. I like the Taco Bell border better. I don't know about that either, brother. That Taco Bell border can really jack you up. I don't know. Is Taco Bell gotten better now? Can they not import that the Montezuma's Revenge to put in their tacos anymore? The tariffs? Did the tariffs affect their Montezuma's Revenge, a spice that they add to all their tacos? So you don't sit on the toilet as quickly. David Danderant, thanks for joining the show. Appreciate it. Steven, what is it? Brewers Prospecting, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. So, all right, let's do the Jeffrey Button. How's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Let's do the Patreon members, the free Patreon members. And again, you don't have to be a paying Patreon member to win stuff. It helps. You win better prizes. But if you just want to check it out, you can always join as a free member. And, maybe you're want to see how good your gold guessing skills are beforehand, then you can always join the free members. And I have some free members that have been doing really, really well. So let's just go through them. We had Dave. And again, the actual weight of the nuggets for this month was 1.93 grams. It was 2 nuggets, the yin and the yang. Dave guessed in at 1.38. Spider Ace Prospecting, 1.96. Raymond Vithova, 2.61. Gary Slicko, 2.74. Joseph Brown, 2.96. Curtis Gissinger, 3.16. Terry Mowry, 4.56. Mark Lee, 3.39. Jeremy Roper, 5.34. Roro's dad, 3.59. Jeff Bakey, 1.29. Jake Harrison, 2.19, 2.18. John Ehrman, 3.31. Kyle Gibson, 3.45. Jeff O'Reilly, 4.05. Speedbag, 67, 3.07. The winner, there was only one prize, and it was a copper round. That is going to my really good friend and a great guy, Spider Ace Prospecting, who absolutely nailed it. And I'm actually going to be, what did he get? He got the Gutter Gold card, and I'm also going to be sending him a gold-plated dime because Spider Ace Prospecting is an awesome member of the community, absolutely great guy. Hangs out with GS Prospecting all the time, and GS is another awesome dude. So he absolutely nailed it 0.03 grams away. So he almost guessed it exact. So I might start doing where I might have a bonus prize if somebody guesses the weight exactly. I don't think anyone has guessed it exactly just yet, but maybe we'll have to do something like that, you know. Maybe I'll put like a little picker or nugget up for the exact weight guess. No. But there we go. Those are all the guesses. That's everybody. Thank you again, everyone, for guessing. I really do appreciate it. It makes it my day a lot funner if there's more people guessing than not guessing, because of obviously the Patreon rules. I'm not allowed to just do a random wheel and like we used to, where everyone gets a prize or gets a chance. I will say the wheels are coming back. They're going to be slightly different, so you still have to guess to get a better chance of getting a prize, but you did first time? There you go. I can't wait to post my Whatnot Package of the Day video. Yeah, I haven't gotten it. I actually got a Whatnot package in today. It's actually a bag of Paydirt that's going to be going into the wheel. So I got a bag of Paydirt in. I think it was like 0.87. It was some random bag that Mike was putting together on his Whatnot page. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to, do that and put that in the wheel. So I think it was like a 0.87. So that will be in the wheel. That will be probably the big prize. I will say I do have 2 specimen pieces of quartz gold that are going to be on the wheel. I have a big one. I think it weighs 3 grams. And another one I think weighs just under 2 grams. So those will be on there. But so the video will be out Saturday for the Patreon gold guessing contest. It will only be 1 nugget this time, so it should be a little bit easier. I don't know what nugget I'm going to use. That sucks for Jason. He wants to. Jason has restarted. Jason has a new system he's using. It is not Patreon. I don't know. It's a invite only system, so I'm not going to share that. If Jason is still here and he wants to share it, he can more than happily post links here. Jason is a really good guy. So, but he is using a different system than Patreon. And unfortunately, I like the system. It looks good, and I probably will try it out at the end of the year, but I have no plans on switching from Patreon until next year. It is unfortunately a pricier system than Patreon for me. Jason has a lot of members, so he can kind of afford to have a pricier tier member. But for me, I am an original founder on Patreon. I have the lowest rates you can have on Patreon. So if I switch from Patreon to the new system, I can go back to the wheel and the way it used to be where everyone was entered and all those things, but it would cost me, my fees would essentially double. And right now, I'm a little unsure of doing that right now. So here, I will send you. Give me 1 second. No, what is wrong? What computer's going cray-cray? That is a Whatnot link, and then you just go look up Gold Sal. There you go. Imagination to form. Jason moved to circle. Yeah. I mean, it's an invite only. And like I said, if Jason's here or Wesley, if you want to drop links to it, I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to say too much about it because it is an invite only platform he's got set up right now. I don't know how busy he wants to be and all that. It is a really good system. I really do like the circle system. It's definitely more of a community than Patreon is. Patreon is a pain in the butt to try and post or read things from other people besides the creator. Patreon is great if you just want to read what I have to say, but if somebody else has a post that they want to share or something else like that, it makes it a lot harder. Like I have a hard time finding anything that any of my Patreon members ever post on there. So yeah, Wesley, last time I talked to Jason, he did say he was mailing them out, but he was doing them in clumps. He was sending out clumps and clumps. So I think he was trying to keep track of, instead of just blasting 400 emails out, I think he's sending like 50 at a time so he can track to see how many people are actually joining back in to see. But yeah, it is an invite if you were a previous Patreon member, and I do believe he is going to open it up to, he hasn't posted a video yet, but I do know he's going to be posting a video soon, I think, explaining his new circle system and stuff like that, so. Dorothy, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. And yeah, Gold Sal is actually Mike from Gold Nugget Sales. If I failed to mention that, he sells Paydirt. He's my #1 recommended seller over at millerprospecting.com. Gold Nugget Sales. It's Mike. He's just recently started selling his gold nuggets on Whatnot. It's an app. And here again, if anyone wants to go over there and join, if you join through my link, you have a chance you could get $200. I do know one of the people in chat did get $200. It's free. You can just spend it however you want on there. I know most people are getting $10 or $20. But yeah, he's selling gold over there, and he does sell Paydirt. I try to support him as much as I can because I do give Paydirt away. So if I can get a good deal on a bag of Paydirt, I buy it from him. The last one I bought, like I said, was I think 0.87 or 0.8 grams of gold. It was a decent price. It was cheaper than if I would have bought it on his website. And that will be going into a future Patreon giveaway. So where is Donna? I haven't seen Donna for 2 weeks. I'm gonna have to I need to write a note. Last week I wrote a note to text Donna and make sure she's doing all right. But I'm gonna have to check on her, see how she's doing. He was doing like 5 or 10 a day. About 3 of the list. Yeah. Yeah, it is a much better platform. I will say this. I mean, I think personally you should join my Patreon before you join Jason's, because Jason's not here and you can't hear me. But I think, here, let me close some stuff. I think it is a much better system than Patreon. It really is. Unfortunately, it also comes at a steeper price than Patreon. So, I definitely need to crunch some numbers and see, because the only way I could afford to do Circle would mean I'd have to take away from my Patreon giveaways, and I don't know if I'm ready to do that yet. I have to really do some thinking. If anyone knows me on my show, I don't change things lightly. I spend a month or 2 or 3 figuring out what I'm going to do and how I'm going to change my stuff before I do. I probably will. I am going to at some point leave Patreon. I don't think Patreon is, conducive for giveaways, because that's why I don't do giveaways. I do contests now. I only do contests. I don't do giveaways. I do contests. And they are a little bit stricter than if I ran my own system. So I can either do a membership on my website or I can do Circle like Jason does. I still need to look at it some. And I just haven't had time to do it. So, but it is a great system. And if once you've supported me on Patreon, you definitely should go check out Jason. Circle. Hit him up. Email him on one of his emails or hit him up on one of his videos and ask him for a link. So I fear change. I do too. It's one of the problems is, it's one of those things where if I leave Patreon, like right now, I think I have 75 Patreon members. If I leave Patreon and then go down to 40 in a new system that costs more, it's kind of like, yeah, I can do giveaways, but now everyone's prizes are a quarter what they used to be because I still have to do Paydirt reviews and things like that. So, like I said, it's not going to be until next year. There's only a few months left in this year, so I want to not change anything. Go through 2025 just as it is. I think a little bit too much chaos going on right now. I want to do some a little bit. And thank you again, Wrench. Thank you very much again, John. I really appreciate that. And I will tell you, John, I don't know if you heard earlier, but your Paydirt, which is up here, that was in the busted bag. I found a container. I hope you appreciate the container. I've been searching for the last 3 months for a good container to put that Paydirt in. I just was waiting on the sticker, but I finally found a container that I can put that Paydirt in to put it on my shelf, because I really want your Paydirt on my shelf. I really like to support people I like and put them on my shelves to advertise them. So it should be on the shelf in the next week or 2. So I'm really excited for that. But thank you very much, brother. But all right, it's almost time for me to go. Again, this is going to be a short show. We're going to do the picks for the cards. Let me see what numbers I have. 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 2, 3. So we are missing number 1, number 4, and number 7. Yeah, 1, 4, and 7 are not here. So now, as always, YouTube and its affiliates have nothing to do with this giveaway. This is 100% by me to give back to people who are watching the live show. So we're going to do the gold guessing not the gold guessing contest, the hidden video part. We're going to do the hidden video part. If I pull your name, you must post something in the live chat. First name gets first pick. We have 10 envelopes here, but numbers 1, 4, and 7 are already picked. So pick your envelope. Some of these have gold-plated dimes in them. Some have Miller Prospecting Gold. So email in the description about any video. Yeah, definitely go to Jason's videos. You go to any of his videos. He does have his email contact in there. Just email him and ask him if you want to go to Patreon. Manny31, no, you did not, unfortunately. No, but if you want to support me, you can go to... I think that's it. I suck at typing with this one because the keyboard's, not in a good place, and I got a microphone right in front of me. So, but all right, let's shrink down the ugly mug, and then we're going to pull some names. Oh, I need to go check and make sure everyone's comments going through and all that. So there we go. Let's go check the comments. And while we're doing this, again, remember, Saturday, I will have the gold guessing contest, the new gold guessing contest. It will only be 1 nugget, so hopefully it'll be easier for people, especially people that guessed over 5 grams on a 2 grams of nuggets. There we go. All right, every comment has gone through. We can get the link for it. There we go. So, all right. Let's shrink down the ugly mug. So we can do this gold guessing. Let's get rid of this. There we go. All right. And thank you again, everyone who joins me during these live shows. I really do appreciate it. And there we go. We're going to advertise, which I never do. I don't think I've ever showed anyone this, but this is my website. Yes, I do own a website. If you've never seen it before, because I don't show it off very much, this is my website, millerprospecting.com. It is a very informative website. If you want to look up any of my videos, there is a search bar at the very top to find anything. So if you think, oh, did he ever review this seller? Just type in the seller. It'll be on there. My top 10 recommended sellers. Newly added today was Bear Prospecting. So thank you very much for Bear Prospecting for being on there. My last 100 Paydirt reviews. These are not battles. These are just reviews. The battle is at the very top, though. The last battle between 2 eBay sellers. I have all 100 of my last videos, so you can see just how the ROIs, the good ones, the bad ones. I do mark if they're closed or not. I do need to double check that because I think another seller or two has closed on there as well. Now, my worst 25 ROIs of all time, this is since I've been doing this for 9 years. There's some of these, and some of these are still selling today. So definitely go check out those. Then sellers to avoid. This is the most important thing. If you ever Google Paydirt, gold Paydirt, anything on there, almost every one of these sellers is advertising on Google. You want to click them, make them pay an extra quarter for you clicking that link, but then don't buy from them. These are all on there. But there we go. And now we're going to do the YouTube random comment. First pick. We're going to be giving away 2 of these. Anything goes but replies. Again, make sure you must post something in the live chat. And then you must pick an envelope 1 through 10, excluding number 1, 4, or 7. So there we go. Continue. Oh, like 47 comments. Let's pick a winner. Brian Quinn. So there we go. Brian Quinn, you're winner number 1. Got your fingers crossed and you won. Brian Nguyen. Brian Nguyen, that's it. Brian Nguyen. You can never see that. So Brian Nguyen, congratulations. Make sure you tell me 1 through 10, excluding number 1, 4, and 7. Now let's pick another winner. Albert Austin. So there you go. Albert Austin. Love the videos and all you do. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you both. You're both Patreon members. Thank you very much. I appreciate both of y'all. And now, again, back to the shameless plug for Gold Paydirt website, Miller Prospecting. No, all right. Now you're going to have to look at the ugly mug. There we go. Full size. While my mods start screaming at me, they've posted. Yeah. Brian, there you go. Brian, so just tell me what envelope you want, Brian. Gold with the Gib. Thank you for joining the show. Sean McLeland. What is that website? Yeah, I don't think I've ever said anything about that website before. So, yeah. I had somebody, I was on something, I don't remember where I was at, but somebody was saying that I never advertised that I should start plugging my website, and I try not to. Y'all know. I mean, I do my reviews, I do these live shows, and I don't plug my Patreon very much. I mean, compared to other people that have Patreon. If you go to anyone else's reviews, they're plugging their Patreon at the beginning, the middle, the end. They're telling you all this stuff. I try not to. I try to at the very end thank all my Patreon members with my little splash page, and I might throw it in there for new members. I give a shout out. But I try not to plug myself too much. I feel like I am very blessed with my Patreon members that I have now, people that watch me and stuff like that. I don't feel like I need to be greedy and always be, harping on, join here, join this, do that. But I do like showing off my website. I put a lot of work into it. I think it's very pretty. It's a very pretty website. Yeah. Brian is number 3. All right, so let me write these down. Brian, you got number 3. And Albert, what did you say? Number 8. So Albert's got number 8. All right, so I got you. Now it's going to get more complicated trying to. But those will be going out tomorrow in tomorrow's mail. Here, let me check. I think I might. Yeah, Brian, I need your email, your shipping address. So, Brian, make sure you email me. Here, I'll post my email. Oh, I won't. Yeah, thank you very much, Weezen. You're awesome, brother. So, yeah, send me an email, Dylan at Miller Prospecting, with your address so I can send that off to you. Now, if you're a Patreon member, if you're a $79 tier member and you got a guaranteed bag of Paydirt, because y'all are crazy little prospectors and you get a guaranteed bag of Paydirt every single month, it went out Sunday night. So it is in the mail. I will be sending you tracking numbers tomorrow just so, because sometimes they get lost. I had somebody that had one lost 2 months ago and I didn't know because I don't send tracking numbers. But so every one of them, if you're a $79 tier member, they went out Monday morning. I'll be sending tracking numbers tonight and tomorrow. If you want a bag like PA did and some of these other people did tonight, because you're really good at guessing, those will be going out tomorrow. We'll send tracking numbers for those as well. If you were one of the people that were guessed the envelope tonight, those will be going out tomorrow as well. If I don't drop everything on the floor and forget it. But there you go. But that's going to be it. Now, again, Saturday, I will be posting the new gold guessing contest. So if you're a Patreon member, if you're not a Patreon member, this Saturday, I will be posting the new video. And as always, it's the closest person who guesses the soonest. So if you're not a Patreon member and you want to warm up, you could join early, join my Patreon page before Saturday, because Saturday, the new gold guessing contest will be out. Then next Tuesday, we are going to be going through my man, Reg Lab. Great guy, great person in the community. This is his Canadian Paydirt. I bought this last year. I think it has, 3.4. I think that was at 3.4 grams of gold. I thought I had a little bit more, but maybe it was 3.47 or something. I keep thinking there was a third number on there, but maybe not. 3.4 gram of his maple Paydirt. We're going to be going through that next Tuesday. We're going to be doing more giveaways, more envelopes to give away next week, things like that. So, but Saturday will be the new layout for the gold guessing. I will be talking about the wheel. I will show off all the prizes you could possibly win with the wheel, things like that. So, or I'm going to try to show them all off. We'll have to see how it goes. I still have till Saturday to do it. Today's Tuesday, so I got a couple of days to put it all together. But we will be bringing back the wheel for Patreon members. There will be a gold guessing contest, and there will be the wheel back. So thank you, everyone who supports me on Patreon, supports me through watching these videos that I post, joining me on the live shows. Thank you all very much. People that comment and hang out in the live show and keep it entertaining like I am Zaxxon. Thank you all very much. So I'm going to get out of here. Hope everyone has a great week. If you're a Patreon member, again, make sure you keep track of these daily ROI sheets I post up, because I keep trying to find y'all the best deal possible. And if you didn't see today's was a $25 bag of Paydirt with an 87% ROI. So thanks everyone. Have a great weekend, and I will see you Saturday for the gold guessing contest. It won't be a premiere. It'll just be a gold guessing contest, and then next Tuesday live show where we go through some of Reg Lab's Canadian Maple Paydirt. So thanks everyone. Have a great week. Hopefully you find some more